We got our second channel review on the channel and our first from the forum. So shout out to Edith. She was the first one that filled out the forum. I will try to do them in order. So shout out to her. We're going to do our second review in total, and all of these will be in a playlist. I forgot to mention that I'm going to be charging $200.01 just in case you wanted to know. You can't see it, but I was actually winking at the camera. If you know, you know. So shout out to Edith. Thank you for... We got 6 replies, man. Thank you guys so much. The first day it was live, we have 6 replies. This is totally awesome. Now, again, do not take anything I say as law. You are free to make your own decisions. This is just a kind of general review of your channel. So first and foremost, you can see here, very clean banner. I'm not really a fan of cursive, but this is not a big deal. It's clean. You know what you're getting. Now, I can tell what this is. It doesn't really matter. Lifestyle, workout, beauty. You know what you're getting. Very clean. People have to click on your video before they get here. So if you want to put a bunch of time and effort into this, that's fine. It is not a big deal, but it is clean. Make sure it's legible, whatever it is. I think you can read that. That's no big deal. Very clean profile pic. This is, when you see this, you're saying, okay, it's her name, I assume, right? And you know what you're getting. You're getting something about her. Now, again, we have to look at a video before we make it to this point. So put some time into this, but it's not a huge deal. But if you want to know more, because once they come here, they have already clicked on one of your video. You're not going to get to the about page without clicking on a video. All right, so let's start where we start. I like to do shorts. I look at her subscriber count. She's got over 4,118 videos. That is a pretty decent ratio. Tells me that at one time she had some type of success, so she know a little something about the game. So now I want to know, where did those subscribers come from? So I go to shorts, because this is usually a good way to start. And I'm going to, okay, she's got some fitness shorts. I'm going to go to most popular. Her most popular short is a fitness short, and it is 4,300 views. So no damage done there. Shorts are very finicky, because if you get one to go viral, it could change the whole trajectory of your channel in a negative way. So looks like everything is working out there. Now let's go back to videos and let's see what she does. So early glance, looks like she does fitness things. I've seen one of her videos. We're going to click on it, and I think it's pretty cool. So we're going to go to, I want to go and see what the oldest video is. Okay, she made a video 7 years ago. Okay, cool. So that's how long she's been making content. Now, here's the key. Popular videos. Her most popular videos are ones that are not about what she's currently doing. So now I'm wondering, based on her views of what we saw of her latest video, and we'll go back to look, could these, I'm pretty sure that the majority of these subscribers came from these semi-viral views, which were not what she's doing now. She had a DIY staircase makeover that almost had 200,000 views. She had another video about hair, so something completely different, but she managed to have both of those get decent amount of views from 6 years ago, 65,000 views. So her top 5 videos have over, what, close to maybe 250 to 300,000 views. Now, I'm just spitballing here. I'm going to say that maybe over 50% of her subscribers or more, 50 to 75, came from one of these 5 videos. She even had 3 more that crossed 15. So she had some success back in the day. And she still is having it now, don't get me wrong. So let's go to the latest. So, because the reason I came to that conclusion is, let's look at her latest content. Her latest content, great thumbnails. What I do like these a little better because of the blue. How when you first see it, the first thing that catches my eye is mini stepper. I love the 30. So you see 30 workout mini stepper, but the first thing that catches my eye is mini stepper. If you scroll up here and you look at this one, you can't really see the mini stepper workout. So I see afro, but nothing's wrong with these thumbnails, just small critiques that you can make. Again, you don't have to take my word for it. You can look inside of your analytics. You can look at your thumbnail click-through rate. And it's not always about that. Sometimes it can also be about the exercise itself. So let me see how long she's been doing this. Now, I looked at her content. She took a break for about a year. And we're going to scroll down here. And I want you to notice something when I look at these videos. So she took a little bit of a break here. She came back. She said, I'm a mom now. And she's been making content ever since. But I want you to see something. If you look at her puppy, which is super cool, by the way. She has less than 300 views. You can't really see. And thank you again, Edith, for allowing me to do this publicly. I appreciate you. This is a way I can make a little bit of revenue from this. So here it is. I canceled my gym membership so I can work out from home. I did as well. I have a Bowflex Revolution, so I understand that. So it looks like this is when she started to do the workout videos. So you have 333 views here. This thumbnail, again, nothing really jumps out at you. You can't even read it. I can't see it. I can't really read out what it's doing, but of course you were just getting started. Not a big deal. 5 a.m. going. Now I like this one. This one right here. I do like this one. I like the letters. I like all of it. So, and look what happened. Look what happened. This is in her series recently, since she's been back. It looks like this was one of her best videos. Look at the thumbnail. Would you say that the thumbnail for this one is better than these? It could be, right? It also could be topic related as well. But let's go back to the poodle video. So what do you notice here? The videos that are not about her working out don't seem to get as much, right? So we're going to go up a lot of stepper videos. Here it is. Back to the dog, right? So these are not getting viewed as much. There's a place for this, but they're not getting viewed as much. Another video about the dog, super cute, by the way. And now we're back here with the stepper challenges. Now, again, I like the thumbnails. I like the titles. One thing that I noticed, though, I really love these. I really love these. I love these. But again, go look into your analytical data, and it'll tell you more than I can. So let's scroll up. And I watched this video. Let's watch it, and let's see if she hooks you in the first 10 seconds. Oh, I muted that. So I think she starts this one by not talking. So let's check this out. Shout out to Edith, man, for being vulnerable.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope that you're all doing well. In today's video, I've got for you a 20-minute mini stepper workout, 20 minutes, 2,000 steps. I use the Steps app to track my steps, and I select the stair stepper workout to track my steps, and that usually works really well, doesn't it, Olive? I hope you guys enjoy this workout. Feel free to take a pause if you need to, because it does go a little bit fast. And I'll see you guys on my next video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.
All right, fantastic. Got right into it. Clean camera, clean audio, crisp audio. What I would tell you is go look and see how many people, what percent of your viewers were watching at 10 seconds? How many were watching at 30 seconds? I like this. You got right into it. She started within 30 seconds. You guys can't see it, but she started within 30 seconds. And then she proceeds to do the workout, and that goes on for another 20 minutes. And then I watched it, and I saw that it has the countdowns and things like that. One thing that I did notice is, and this is not a big deal, again, you can look in your analytics and see little things could help. How's your retention? Does the retention drop off? Does it take a dive? There's something called a hockey stick, and she requested a one-on-one review, so we'll go into it a little bit more. But if you start a video and it takes a dive, which I'm sure yours didn't, but it takes a dive, it looks like a hockey stick, then you know that it's something you could do in the first 10 seconds. You got 10 seconds to catch everybody's attention. But it's something that I love what she did about the retention, how she had the pop-up, she had the sound effects. It takes a lot to edit and do this. Not completely necessary, but knocked it out the park. There was really not a lot of things to say about this, but the one thing that I wanted to bring out was that I think I know why your viewers are not adding up to your subscribers, because, and everybody should know this by now, because most of my guests, and Edith, I would love if you put this down in the comment section below if you ever have time. I would love to know how many subscribers did you get from your videos that you have the staircase video with 175, 65, 21, 16, 15, 15, 15, 15. And we'll just do, so these 10 videos, the one that you stopped at the 10K, how many subscribers did you get from those 10 videos? How many of your 4,000 plus are from those 10? Just very curious. But it looks like as of late, she's doing workout videos. Now, here's the question that you have to ask yourself, and you can look into your analytics and really know the answer. Again, we're not really going to know until we dive into the analytics. And of course, this is all your choice, what you want out of this whole thing. There's a lot of people that can do multiple things, but when it comes to YouTube, sometimes it's successful and it can equal success. And then sometimes it will confuse your audience, AKA the algorithm. So if you kind of got to give the people what they want to see, right? But it is possible to have multiple different things. I don't want to paint you into this niche of just doing these type of videos. You can do whatever you want. Just keep in mind that if it's something that your audience, as you can see, that you kind of started a fresh audience. It looks like when you came back and you focused right on working out, you started a fresh audience. And I would love to know, and again, we can go in this deeper about your returning viewers. How many of those do you have? Because I'm sure when you came back, you had some people that were, after that 7-month hiatus, you came back and you had some people that were interested. But then the people that might have signed up or subscribed because you did something about your hair or a DIY project, they might not be so interested in these. However, you can see that there is a way, there is an audience for this, and you have a video from that crossed 700 views. You've got the one for 2,200. So if you keep chipping away at this, I believe that you can kind of either convert your audience or find a new one as well. I would love to know the male versus female audience percentage as well. So I think that this was awesome. It wasn't a ton to critique. It really wasn't. It was just, that was probably the biggest thing. When I went and I looked, I was like, man, she made these videos and her views are not really equaling her sub count, because probably a lot of those older viewers that came from those big videos didn't get you, that's where the majority of your subs came from. So all of this stuff can be found in your analytics. But here's the best part, is that if we look at her view stats over the last 14 days or so, I think that's what's listed here, is that she's growing consistently. I mean, it might not be huge numbers, but I'm sure she did have huge numbers at one point in time, but she's growing consistently. And that is the point. So you can see here that, keep in mind that when you're less than 10,000, your subscriber count publicly moves every 10. Once you cross over 10,000, and between 10,000 and 100,000, it moves every 100. So this is a big deal, because people go days, months, and sometimes even years without growing one subscriber, let alone 10. So this is awesome. Looks like her last 28 days, which she's been doing the stair workouts, but she's grown 210. But you know what, Edith? I would love to know how many of these 210 have come from your kind of semi-viral videos. How many of them have come from the most recent videos? You don't have to look at all the stair stepper videos, but the most recent ones. But overall, I mean, it's crispy. Not a lot to critique here. You seem to know exactly what you're doing. I'm pretty sure you might take a little time. But keep an eye on the videos that you don't make about the exercising. It's okay to do those videos. It's okay. The audience might be less, but it's okay to do them if you want to do them. There's a lot of people who have success from doing multiple things, but you want to pay attention to your audience and what they want to see, and balance that what you want to do. And sometimes it's okay to do a video you might not want to do, or they're not going to watch, but you want to do it anyway. But it's nothing wrong with starting another channel either. It's really nothing wrong with that. If you trust me, I started my first channel and it literally had the tagline said everything. So it wasn't until I niched down that I found massive success. You don't need to do that, but don't be afraid if you need to start a second channel somewhere down the line. That's like my middle name now, is Second Channel. That's what my middle name is. So overall, I mean, like I said, crispy. And the first 30 seconds, man, was good to go. There is one thing that I would love to see if you could try is, and we'll dive more into this later, and this is just if you want to. I know it might be a little tough with the exercising and things like that, and maybe you don't want to do it, but I'm curious to know what would happen if you actually kind of talk through the workout, because I noticed that the workouts are just kind of silent. And I'm a guy that works out myself. And when you're doing cardio, man, you might need a little bit of motivation. You know what I'm saying? I put on my Rocky music, but sometimes you might need, because then maybe you could draw that connection with the viewer, because that's what it seems like you're doing, is one of these kind of work out with me things, right? But if you're there, you're there, but you're not there. You know what I'm saying? So just something that, again, you might want to try. Give it a shot or two and see how you do it. If you like it, see how your audience, but you can look at your retention in your videos, and you can, after a few days, you can literally go down to the second and see when people are leaving, what they're leaving for. Because I know the retention on these are probably tough. I know they are. But because people probably take off, but you know, I don't know. But I mean, not a lot of complaints. I don't have really any. I just would want to see, would want to love to know what these thumbnails versus some thumbnails with some color. And sometimes it might be something small. YouTube has a test feature where, like what I would do, it won't cost you anything really. And you have kind of evergreen videos that, because you know when these are going to take off in January. Like these are probably going to get, you're going to look back and see they're going to be a lot of videos, a lot of views in January. But I would love to see, maybe you run a test where you use 3 different thumbnails, and you could do maybe one where this one here, let's see. You know what? Let me click on one of your most recent videos here. And then my vidIQ feature is going to let me blow this up. So what I would love to see something like where this was a different color, and you play around with some different color, that you make something a different color. Maybe this is bold or something like that. But again, the retention, the thumbnail click-through rate, what you want to do is you really want to, if you can get it within like 8.5% out the gate. I mean, if you can get double digits, that's fantastic. And don't be discouraged if you have 10,000 views and your click-through rate is like 7%. You know, that means you got 700 views. You know what I'm saying? So you can always try to get that up a little bit. But don't forget, the more YouTube puts it in front of people, the less people are going to watch. But then the more people are going to watch, the more people it has an opportunity to connect. For instance, my thumbnails kind of get 1 out of every 10 people. If it usually about 10%. I mean, sometimes depending on the topic, it can be 15 or 20. So excellent job. Good work. Keep it up. We can set up that one-on-one coaching a little later, but look, you got everything down packed. Looks like it to me. And yeah, it looks good. So anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Again, do your own research. Look at your own people that, you know, fitness people that you want to maybe kind of model yourself after without directly stealing from them. Take little trinkets from everybody and make it your own. Take what works. Don't steal what works. Take what works, put it into the mixer, and come out with something similar, but not totally. And make sure what you do is you sprinkle your own personality on it. That is the most important thing, your own personality. Me personally, I was rolling at the dog. I thought that was hilarious. And from the videos that I watched, it seemed like they like to be around. I don't remember if it's a he or she, but likes to be around a lot. So anyway, great job. Don't forget the form is, and I said it was in the description, but it is in the about section of this channel. So you would simply go to my YouTube channel, which I believe is pulled up. Yep, there we go. So that's going to be, you're going to go to my YouTube channel, and then you are going to go to the main channel, and this form right here is what you'll click on. Now, if you hit see more, it'll tell you what it is. Want a free channel review? I forgot to put in $200.01. That's my bad. I have to go correct that. You can click on this link and it will take you to the form to fill it out. All right, Edith, keep up the good work, and I'll catch you in the next review. But if you want to see my very first review, click on this video right here. I'll see you over there.